There's a question that people have asked for thousands of years. Is there a point of no return? Is there a sin so great, a mistake so big that you can never come back from it? Well, today we're going to crack open an ancient Hindu text, the Narada Purana, to see what it has to say about exactly that. So let's just put the main question right on the table. Can even the greatest sinner, we're talking someone who has committed the absolute worst acts imaginable, can that person actually find salvation? Or is there a line that once crossed means all hope is lost? All right, here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we need to understand what great sin even means and what the consequences are. Then we'll get to the good part, the hope offered in the Narada Purana. We'll look at two incredible methods it suggests, the Ekadashi fast and the power of chanting Vishnu's name. And finally, we'll tie it all together to map out the complete path to freedom. Okay, so before we can even talk about being saved, we got to understand what you're being saved from. And in the Hindu tradition, it all comes down to dharma, that cosmic sense of order and right action. The Puranas are super clear about what happens when a life is lived completely out of sync with that order. And that's where we get this concept of Naraka. You can think of it as a realm of suffering, kind of like hell. But it's not about some random punishment. According to texts like the Markandeya Purana, it's a direct result of karma. It's where the soul has to face the music, so to speak, for its own negative actions. For someone called a Mahapapi, a great sinner, the texts get really graphic. I mean, just look at these images. They describe this state of intense, prolonged torment. It's a purification, for sure, but a really painful one that lasts until that cosmic debt is finally paid. So yeah, the stakes here are incredibly high. So is that it? A one-way ticket to a realm of suffering? You just have to wait it out? Well, this is where the Narada Purana steps in and completely changes the game. Right when everything seems hopeless, it offers this incredible ray of light. It says that your fate is absolutely not sealed. And this, right here, this is the game changer. Get this, the simple act of remembering Lord Vishnu can destroy heaps of sins. It says even if you've committed crores of sins, that's tens of millions, pure devotion can free you from all of them. This introduces a force that's even more powerful than karma, divine grace. So how do you actually access that grace? How do you do it? Well, the Narada Purana lays out a clear plan, and the first path it describes is one of the most powerful, the Ekadashi Vrat, a very special fast for Lord Vishnu. So, what is Ekadashi? It happens twice a month, on the 11th day of the moon cycle. But it's way more than just not eating. Think of it as a dedicated vow, a whole period of intense spiritual focus and self-discipline, all aimed at connecting with Lord Vishnu. Observing the Ekadashi Vrat is like hitting a spiritual reset button. You start by getting control of your inner world, your senses, your thoughts. Then you focus that energy outward in worship. And it all leads up to staying awake through the night, just chanting and meditating. You're completely immersed. And the payoff is supposed to be huge. The scripture says that doing this right doesn't just wipe out your past sins and make Lord Vishnu happy. It can actually bring you good things in your current life. And most importantly, it puts you on the fast track to moksha, total liberation from the whole cycle of rebirth. But maybe that kind of intense fasting isn't for everyone. The Narada Purana offers another way, one that's honestly even easier to access. Anyone can do it, anywhere, anytime. It's the path of simply chanting the divine name. This is what's known as Kirtan, or chanting. And the idea behind it is incredibly powerful, but also really simple. It's believed that the name of God is the same as God. So when you repeat the name with genuine faith, you're connecting directly with the divine. It's that simple. And just look at what this simple act is said to accomplish. It's wild. It mirrors all the big benefits of that really demanding Ekadashi fast. It cleanses you from the inside out, it breaks the cycle of karma, and it can lead you straight to Vaikuntha, Vishnu's celestial home. The key takeaway here is that this simple practice can get you to the exact same goal. So when you put these two paths together, the fast and the chant, what you get is a really clear roadmap. The Narada Purana shows a direct route from a life of sin to a state of absolute salvation, and the entire thing is built on one foundation: sincere devotion. Let's just put it side by side for a second. The contrast is, well, it's pretty stark, isn't it? On one hand, you have the path of karma alone. You're stuck in Naraka, you suffer, and you just keep getting reborn. But on the other hand, for the devotee, that karma gets wiped out, you reach the blissful realm of Vaikuntha, and you achieve moksha. Two very different destinies. So really, the journey that the Narada Purana describes is all about rising up. It's saying that it doesn't matter how far you've fallen, the pull of sincere devotion is stronger. It's like the soul, which was once weighed down by all this heavy sin, gets purified, becomes light, and is finally able to float free. And that brings us to one last thing to think about. This whole idea, it all hinges on one massive concept, that a sincere act of faith right now can completely rewrite your past. Which is a fascinating idea, right? So we'll leave you with this question to chew on. Why do you think faith, when it's expressed through these acts of devotion, is believed to have such incredible power to just erase what's already been done?